This is Key Assessment 3, Lower 6 Core Concepts, Paper 3. And we've got an experiment that you will have done a version of in class with milk turning pink. Phenolphthalein, so that's the indicator. And we have got milk and sodium carbonate. You need to identify what those are. So milk is our substrate, we've got the alkali and the indicator, and then we are adding lipase, A's, so that is our enzyme. And so what happens is the milk, which is our substrate but contains lipid, will be acted on by the enzyme, will be catalysed. So the lipid goes to some products which you should know from the theory, and the alkali makes the indicator pink. So the alkali makes the indicator pink, but then these products that we're making will then change the pH and the indicator will go clear. So the lipid is our substrate in the milk. We add in the alkali to make the indicator go pink. When we add the enzyme, that will make the lipid turn into, it'll hydrolyze down to its products. So you need to think about what the products are and how that will change the indicator by making it more, more acidic. So what causes the indicator to lose the pink colour? These products. So name the product, say the effect on the pH and how that affects the indicator. Remember to say 3 clear separate things, so you've got 3 marks there. Why would this experiment not be suitable for looking at pH values? Well, this whole dependent variable is dependent upon a pH change. So you've got a pH change as part of the actual experiment. And so if you use different pHs, well, starting from different pHs, so it'll affect this colour change. So just try and put that into sensible words. Then you've got a lot of information to read. So you need to look for the things that you recognise here. So weight loss can be achieved by eating less. So you can either eat less or eat the same amount but somehow stop yourself from digesting it or absorbing it. And we have a competitive inhibitor of lipase. So inhibitor of lipase. And remember what the lipase does. The lipase, as the enzyme, breaks down the lipid. And so we get less lipid being absorbed. The rest of it describes some unpleasant side effects, which you have to use later on in the question. And some subjects, when the treatment stopped, regained some of the weight. Describe and explain the action of this drug on pancreatic lipase. It's told us it's a competitive inhibitor. So this whole answer is based around the drug is a competitive inhibitor. So you don't get any marks for that because it's told you that. And 3 marks, so we're looking for 3 points about competitive inhibitors and relating to this example. So this is AO2, which is using my knowledge of competitive inhibitors, just but saying words like lipid and lipase and things like that. Describe how this drug would lead to weight loss. Well, if this enzyme is not working as much, it breaks down the fats. So at the top there, we're still having the same intake of lipid, but we're not digesting as much of it. So we just need to say what's not happening to the lipid and where the lipid is going, and why, if a lipid passes straight through, why are these people becoming less obese, why are they gaining less weight. With reference to the action of the drug, explain why people tended to regain the weight when they stopped taking. We've got to do this job with reference to the action of this drug. So, if you imagine if the people continue the same diet, but what's not happening to the enzyme now? So the enzyme is back to doing its full normal job, and just describe what will happen. Here we have a graph with two lines on. We've got time on the bottom, and this is the weight loss, the decrease in weight. So we've got a no treatment line. So these are the guys who didn't have the drug. So they lost weight over time, but they were both groups were on a weight loss diet. But if they were on a weight loss diet and they had the drug, you can see the line is underneath the normal line. Using all the information in C and D, give us advantages and disadvantages of using this drug as part of the weight loss program. So C and D, where are they? It's here. It's where we talked about what the competitive inhibitor was and how the drug worked, and the possible problems with regaining weight. So don't forget to talk about advantages and disadvantages. So I would start advantages and then do these disadvantages. There's only 3 marks, so you might be 1 of one and 2 of the other might get you that, but you need to talk about both. As an advantage of using the drug, well, I think you can take that from the graph. One line is a lot under the other one, even after 4 years. So I think it does help with weight loss. Disadvantages, well, you can imagine you're having to stay on this treatment. If you stop the treatment at any time, what might happen? It does give us some problems regarding side effects, and they have to take some more drugs. So those are 3 things there. I haven't actually got the mark scheme in front of me, it's somehow not printed out. But those are 3 things there, and there's 3 marks, so that's probably a sensible way to go.